Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Who Shot Who, What, When, Where, How, Why, all the important questions. Today, we're going to go over the United States of America and what I feel could kind of be important for you to know. It's already been posted on Facebook, it's been posted on Twitter. I am sworn to secrecy, and everything that I have up here has to go with me to the grave. How you doing, Daniel?
Hey Daniel. Hey guys. How you guys doing?
Welcome to the channel. There will be no panel. This is not your typical stream. Uh, so I'm going to I'm gonna go away for a second. I'll be back.
The phenomenon could involve some type of activity that some might say constitutes a different form of life.
This would be one of the most closely held secrets in the entire United States government, if not the most closely held secret.
When people say the government can't really keep secrets, I and my colleagues know many secrets that have been kept for decades, and they can be kept.
I'm sitting here today because the American people are being lied to.
It's the only way the lid's going to get blown off this. We get a commander-in-chief with the guts to just take the lid off of it.
There are now close to 400 reports from military personnel of possible UFO encounters. They say
In 2017, Congress began learning about a half-century-plus cover-up of an ultra-secret program dealing with UFOs, now referred to as unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UAP. In 2022, the first congressional hearings were held on the subject in over 50 years,
regarding unidentified,
confirming the phenomenon is real.
Instruments report there is something there.
There are flight characteristics or signature management that we can't explain.
What began was a rare bipartisan effort to dig even deeper.
You're the guys investigating it. I mean, who else is doing it?
The more Congress pulled on the emerging threads, the more they began to unravel.
You're talking something that can go into space, go someplace, drop down in a matter of seconds, do whatever it wants, and leave, and there's nothing we can do about it.
With no self-evident propulsion system.
No wings, no IR energy coming off of the vehicle.
Even more startling was the discovery of an alleged black-budget program tasked with the recovery of craft of alien origin.
You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to...
Mr. Grush, finally, do you believe that our government is in possession of UAPs?
Absolutely, based on interviewing over 40 witnesses over 4 years.
Do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
Biologics came with some of these recoveries, yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
I would go to jail to say things that I know, that I've been exposed to in the program.
Have you ever met anyone that claims to have put their hands on or been inside one of these alleged crafts in our possession?
I can't respond to that.
Hi, I'm director and producer James Fox. I just arrived in Washington, D.C., which is currently the epicenter of an unprecedented effort to force the government's hand into finally revealing what they really know about the UAP phenomenon.
First time the National Archives will gather records.
In 2023, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senator Mike Rounds proposed the most ambitious UAP disclosure bill in American history.
This is a major, major win for government transparency on UAPs, and it gives us a strong foundation for more action in the future.
And a requirement as a transparency measure for the government to obtain any recovered UAP material or biological remains that may have been provided to private entities in the past and thereby hidden from Congress and the American people.
And here you have in an actual congressional, in this case senatorial document, the phrase NHI, meaning non-human intelligence, mentioned more than 20 times in an actual congressional document.
My name is Leslie Kane, and I'm an investigative reporter, and I was one of 3 journalists who broke the story in December of 2017 about the Department of Defense secret program studying UFOs, and that story was kind of a catalyst for a lot of things that have happened since.
You get that close to something.
As details of the exposed Department of Defense program came to light, so did evidence and additional military witnesses. What followed was a bipartisan congressional effort to find out what the intelligence agencies really knew about UAP.
Now they know that this is real, right? Because the Pentagon's been studying it. And we had all this great material in our story, and members of Congress started to ask questions.
In fact, congressional committees initiated briefings with witnesses behind closed doors.
Classified briefings by members of the program, by some of the pilots who had actually seen the objects, and that made them realize we got to do something about this.
I don't think it's unanimous among...
The New York Times story also revealed official military videos of UAP leaked from the Pentagon.
The gimbal and the FLIR video. And I remember the media was just going nuts.
The objects seen in the various clips are unidentified aerial phenomena.
We don't know what this is, and it's here.
The program has since been shut down, but it was run by a military intelligence official who told CNN,
there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
So not necessary extraterrestrial, but you're not ruling it out.
The stories that first broke in 2017 about the existence of a Pentagon UFO research effort, about some very intriguing sightings that they really couldn't explain. The dam broke.
The U.S. Navy has finally acknowledged that videos appearing to show UFOs flying through the air are real.
The aircraft had 0 control surfaces. It had no means of propulsion that we could detect.
There was 4 of us in the airplanes literally watching this thing for roughly about 5 minutes.
The UFO reports were first investigated by a secret $22 million program.
Do you know if they had the capabilities to create these flying objects like this?
We don't think so.
The Pentagon now admits there's something out there. It's the story of the U.S. government's grudging acknowledgement of unidentified aerial phenomena, and the U.S. Senate wants to know what it is.
Maybe it has a very simple answer. Maybe it doesn't.
Navy fighter pilot Ryan Graves was on duty during a number of sightings, including a near collision with a UAP in August of 2015. Mr. Graves was invited to Washington, D.C. for briefings before members of the Senate Armed Services Committee and Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. Senior Department of Defense officials were sitting at the opposite end of the table during the briefings.
There was probably 8 or 9 stars, on that side of the table. Navy intelligence and more broadly, I think DIA. The DoD side wasn't able to provide a lot of answers to the congressional side, but it wasn't a I don't know or we don't know. It's too classified to talk about in this environment. And so there seemed to be a very clear barrier there that Congress was even having a hard time really getting around, because if you don't know what's there, it's hard to ask good questions about the information, right? And so there seemed to be a little difficulty crossing that barrier.
My name is Kirk McConnell. I believe this is the first time I've ever been on camera. I recently retired from government service after 37 years working as a staff member for various committees in Congress.
Armed with high-level clearances, Mr.
Actually, this stream might already be flat. Yeah, I guess I'll try again. I guess perhaps maybe aim the camera at the screen. No, I can turn this shit. But my thing is, they don't, I don't think they want people to. Apparently, unless, you know what, unless you found it by yourself, I will drop the link. I'm gonna drop the link and put it, well, I will take this link too. Well, I kind of smelt, huh? I kind of smelled something like this coming.
It said a lot.
Oh. That's the only reason I'm live right now. There's a link for what you should be looking at. Right there.
You guys gonna click that link and watch that video. It's something important to watch, I say.
The documentary is called The Program. Well, what I'm doing here is giving you just a little bit of insight without me having to talk. Without me having to talk. There's an old adage that says you can lead a horse to water. You can't make it drink. So, this is my attempt to lead a horse to water. But it seems like the powers that be that control this shit. What's the name of the shit that we do over there with this game system? The purple shit, man. That purple shit, people destroy them, selling vacuums and all type of gaming and whatnot. I was playing Flight Simulator. It's some purple streaming. Well, remember, everybody was like, we need to send everybody over here because at least you can do your music and video shit over there. A couple of YouTubers were like, you should go over there. I just don't know what the name of the website is. I don't say it's gonna come to me either, but it's been a while. We have music shit.
Yeah, we were for a while.
Movie nights and shit.
Oh, shit. It's been a minute.
I said it's been a minute.
Wait, that's a whole other website. We got it.
Check 23 minutes. We'll take that time. And try to see if we can pull this off a different way. For everybody that was here, you included, Daniel. Appreciate you for being here.
Appreciate it.
Obviously, what I'm trying to put out there is they not really trying to fuck with it, so I'm gonna try to see if I can figure out where they're at. I don't know, get you guys to be able to see it. But appreciate it, so I'll at y'all in the future.
All right,
Stand by.